How's it going, everyone, and welcome to BB Outdoors. So how this video kind of turned up, it's actually kind of funny. I texted, this was last weekend, I texted my dad Saturday night. It was like 11:30 at night and said, hey, you want to go shoot some fish? He said, yep. Well, we ended up getting to the water at about 12:30 in the morning, and we shot till about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. The one thing that did suck about this trip is that the first spot we went to, we had fish. I knew they were going to be there. We shot them, shot a whole bunch. This is summertime bow fishing, so I'm looking for key areas, but end up hitting the first spot, went to go to the second spot. Water's high, couldn't make it under the bridge. So kind of sucked, but I do have a little bit of video for you guys, and hopefully it turns out pretty decent. So this is actually the reservoir that we shot the 152 out of in, what was it, late March, the below freezing video. We actually shot the 152 out of here, but because of the fact it's a reservoir, we got high water right now, and the fish are really spread out. But what we came here to shoot was actually what I just shot right now. We came out here to shoot some catfish. You could really get into some pretty decent, good-size eater cats. I mean, you're not going to shoot no 20, 25-inch catfish, but you can get a lot of catfish in the, 14 to 16 to 18-inch range, somewhere in there. Just good eaters. So that's what we came out here to do. But it's kind of one of the things where it's a lot of location. We got high water, like I said. The fish could be almost anywhere, but it's just finding them places that the fish want to be. It's summertime, so we've been dealing with a lot of 90-degree weather. It's been really hot lately, and one of the things that the fish key in on, especially the bait fish that the catfish are coming in and eating, they're keying in on the shad, and the shad key in on bubbles, so they want oxygenated water and they want cool flowing water. So this is one of the feeder creeks coming up into the lake. What's cool about this is that it's not that wide of a feeder creek. So when we did start to get into them, we got into them pretty decent. And it makes for some pretty fast, heavy action right off the bat. Once you figure out where they're at, and then just keep pushing them forward. I mean, them fish really don't move too much. Along with that, you can really pinpoint where the fish are going to be. Like I said, we're up a feeder creek right now. If we were in the main lake, which we ended up having to be because we couldn't get underneath the bridge to hit the second spot, if we were in the main lake, we wouldn't hardly be seeing any fish. But coming into this feeder creek, we end up seeing a lot of fish coming into this thing. And this one's actually probably the biggest fish, surprisingly. It's only like a 10, 12-pound carp, but surprisingly probably the biggest carp we've shot out of the lake. But nonetheless, where I was getting at was you can really pinpoint where these fish are going to be. So if you've got a main motor and you say, okay, the feeder creeks are at these 3 different locations, and I know I can run up all 3 of them, well, you can shoot the first one, go till you can't run no more, turn around, leave the creek, try to shoot your way out. And then after that, it's hop on the main motor and travel to the next one. I mean, you really got to put in the miles, but you could fill up the boat pretty fast depending on where you're at. If you're on a bunch of fish and you just bounce around and hit creek after creek after creek. But unfortunately, this is right after we tried to get underneath that bridge. We weren't able to get underneath of it, so we're out in the main lake, and we struggled out here in the main lake. We only had about 3-4 hours of shooting, and we probably shot the first, 10, 15 fish probably easily inside that feeder creek. And then we did that in probably the first half hour. And for the next about 3 hours, we ran the main lake and only shot, 8 fish. Not too good in the main lake, but I don't know. That's fishing for you. We did accomplish the one goal of this trip, though, is we wanted to go there to get a meal of catfish. So we only ended up with the 6 catfish that we ended up shooting, but I was hoping we would get, our limit's 10 apiece. So I was hoping we could get into 20 of them, but not being able to run up those other creeks kind of sucked. So we made do for what we could and had a little fun with it. But it's definitely summertime bow fishing, and them fish are definitely definitely where they want to be. So if you can't get on top of them, or if they're not there, just keep moving till you find them. That's what summertime bow fishing is to me. Definitely do a lot of rivers, feeder creeks, something that's making oxygen and making bubbles. So hopefully everybody can get out on the water soon and have some fun. Don't forget to support the companies that support us. Use BB15 on Loxley Bowfishing to get 15% off your order. Use BB15 at Predator Custom Bowstrings to get 15% off your next bowstring. And don't forget that at 1,000 subscribers, we're giving away a free Arrow Out XT.